Morning, students. So today discuss the underground cables in electrical power transmission system. Last class we discussed about the problems on corona cell. From that class, third unit is completed. Now we go for the another unit, that is underground cables. So in this class we discuss about the what is underground cable and what are the features, and also construction on which type of insulating materials is used for the cables. So first we go for the underground cables. So what is meant by underground cable is nothing but an underground cable consists of one or more conductors covered with some insulation and surrounded by a protecting cover. So underground cable is nothing but one or more conductors covered with a suitable insulation or some insulation material and surrounded by a protecting cover. Generally, this cable is led in the underground to transmit the electrical power. So generally, the overhead system is available for most of the cases to distribute the power or to transmit the power, but some special cases where the density of population is very high, like metropolitan cities and another places, we are utilizing the underground cables. Generally, at the first time, in New York City is completely covered with underground system only. That means there is no overhead system in New York City since 1890s. So the New York City completely utilized for the underground transmission and underground distribution. In similar manner, another city, that is Singapore. Singapore also it completely utilized 100% underground system. And another city, another country, that is Netherlands, they may utilize the underground system for distribution only, and it is not utilized for transmission. For distribution, they will got 100%, but transmission they don't use underground system. And also another country, that is Belgium. So that country is completely banned on overhead lines. That is nothing but they will prohibited overhead lines since 1992. And also another country, that is Denmark. Denmark country will replace 6 132 kV overhead lines with the two new 400 kV underground cables in 1997 and 1999. So December 1999 storms in France caused many blackouts. Therefore, they will getting a new policy, that is 25% of overhead lines are UG. That is nothing 25% of HV lines. High voltage lines are underground. So generally 80% are utilized overhead system, but nowadays we have replaced the overhead system into underground systems. Coming to the introduction, an underground system of electrical distribution of power in large cities, that is metropolitan cities. So as they will adapt it very rapidly. That means they will utilize the underground system so completely. Although it is very costly compared to the overhead system, even though it is costly, so most of the countries and most of the cities, they will adapt it to utilize the underground system compared to the overhead system. It ensures continuity of power supply, and also you will having so many advantages, that is so many features. First one, it gives non-interrupted power supply. That means there is no interruption of power supply. Chances of failure is very less. Chances of fault occurring is also very less. That means the consumers may consume power continuously such that they will attracted to consume the underground system compared to the overhead system. Another advantage is its maintenance is very less. Why? Because once it will led into the earth, there is no problem. It may be a storm or it may be a very high wind speed also, or any atmospheric pressures. There is no problem for the underground system. That's why its maintenance is very less, and it is also having very longer life, and its appearance is very good. So it eliminates the hazards of electrocution due to the breakage of overhead conductors. That means it reduces the voltage drops completely, and also better general appearance, right? That is nothing but appearance is very good. So these are the features of cables. So although several types of cables are available in our industry or market, the type of cable to be used will depending upon the working voltage and service requirement. Depending upon the working voltage and service requirement, the cables will be utilized, and also the insulating material also utilized depending upon the service requirement and voltage, working voltage. So we are utilizing so many insulating materials also. So the following points are the necessary requirements. That means what are the necessary requirements for cable is nothing but, first one, the conductor used in cable should be tinned standard copper or a aluminum of high conductivity. So that means, so already we discussed about what is a cable is nothing but, a cable is essentially consists of one or more conductors with suitable insulation and completely covering with a protecting cover, right? Conductors are there, one or more conductors. Suppose three conductors are there. So the conductors is made up of tinned standard copper, otherwise aluminum, and it will having high conductivity. A standing is done so that conductor may become very flexible. That means it may carry more current. The conductor size should be such that the cable carries the desired load current without overheating and causes voltage drop within the permissible limits. That means conductor size should be chosen in a permissible limit. That means the load current is also desired load current is flowing through the conductor. Therefore, there is no voltage drops, there is no overheating. All rated values are within the permissible limits such that voltage drop and also overheating all are reduced. Cable must have proper thickness of insulation in order to give safety and reliability. The thickness of insulation will be a very suitable one, such that we have to reduce the complete losses. That means reliability of our cable will be increases. And cable is always provided with a mechanical protection. So why? Because the cable will be led into the earth. That's why that may be withstand with the rough use. That's why, so cable must be provided with a high mechanical protection or high mechanical strength, because it may utilize it in roughly to led into the earth. The material used in the manufacture of cable should be such that there is completely chemical and physical stability throughout. Material is having complete chemical and physical stability. Otherwise, corrosion may be occurred. Go for the construction of a cable. Generally, look at the picture, the construction of a cable. The construction of a cable is shown in figure. It is having three-phase cable, that is three conductors, paper insulation, lead sheath, bedding, armoring, serving. So the main parts of the cable is first conductor, second insulation, third metallic sheath or lead sheath, fourth bedding, fifth armoring, and last one is serving. Out of all these things, bedding, armoring, serving are only applied to the cables for the protection of conductor insulation and also to protect the metallic sheath from the mechanical injury, that is nothing but lead sheath. So bedding, armoring, serving, these parts is widely used in cable only because of providing insulation, proper insulation to the conductors. So we'll go for the each one part. First of all, core or conductor. Conductors is nothing but they are having one or more conductors and made up of standard tin, copper or aluminum. So these conductors may be depending upon the type of service, right? And second one is insulation. Each conductor is provided with a suitable thickness of insulation. So that thickness of insulation may be divided depending upon the voltage rating of the voltage of a cable. Voltage rating of a cable. The commonly used material for insulation are impregnated paper, varnished cambric, or rubber material. Another one, metallic sheath or lead sheath. So in order to protect the cable from the moisture or gases or other damaging liquids, acids or alkalis in the soil and also atmosphere. So this lead sheath or metallic sheath may be utilized. So this lead sheath or metallic sheath is placed over the insulation. And lead sheath or metallic sheath is made up of lead or aluminum. And it is the important for 2 marks and competition exam also. What is the use of metallic sheath? That means it will provide in order to protect the cable from the moisture or acids, alkalis in the earth. Then another layer is bedding. Over the metallic sheath is applied. Over the metallic sheath, a bedding is applied. That is nothing but a layer of bedding which consists of a fiber material like jute or SCN tape. So over the metallic sheath, another layer is provided. That layer is called bedding. The purpose of bedding is to protect the metallic sheath against corrosion and also from mechanical injury due to the armoring. Next one is armoring. Over the bedding, armor is provided which consists of one of two layers of galvanized steel wire. Main purpose of armoring is to protect the cable from the mechanical injury. Last one is serving. In order to protect armoring from atmospheric pressure, a layer is utilized over the armoring. So that is made up of fiber material like jute, similar to that of bedding, right? This is known as serving. Bedding, armoring, serving are only applied for the cables only, right? First conductors to carry the current, and it is made up of tinned copper or tinned standard copper or aluminum. So above which an insulation is provided for protecting the conductor from the atmospheric pressures. Over the insulation, metallic sheath or lead sheath is provided to protect the cable from the atmospheric moisture or gases or liquids, alkalis from the earth. Over the lead sheath, bedding is provided. Bedding is made up of fiber material like jute. The purpose of bedding is to protect the metallic sheath against corrosion. Armoring. Over the bedding, armoring is provided. It is made up of galvanized steel paper or steel wire. The main purpose of armoring is to protect the cable from the mechanical injuries. Right? Next one, insulating materials. In insulating materials, the satisfactory operation of a cable may depend upon the great extent upon characteristics of insulators used. That means which type of insulators may used, that may depending upon the operation of a cable. In general, the insulating material used for a cable is first one, that means insulating material used for a cable having following properties. Very important topic for JNTU examination point of view. Explain different types of insulating materials for a cable. First of all, what is cable, and then what are the properties of insulating material? So first one, high insulation resistance. So high insulation resistance. Why? So by suppose it's having insulating material having high insulation resistance, that means to avoid the leakage current in the cable. It is having high leakage resistance, high insulation resistance. That means to provide the or to protect the cable from the leakage current. Second one, it is having very high dielectric strength. So whenever a cable having high dielectric strength, that means it is to avoid the breakdown of a cable or breakdown of a conductor. Third property of insulating material is high mechanical strength to withstand the mechanical handling of a cable. Next one is non-hygroscopic. Non-hygroscopic means a cable, insulating material should have non-hygroscopic properties, nothing but it does not absorb the moisture from the atmosphere. That is nothing but non-hygroscopic. Fifth one, it is non-inflammable. So it is not a flammable one. It is a non-inflammable. And it is unaffected by aids used alkalis to avoid any chemical reaction in the earth. That means insulating materials should have a property like it does not any corrosion, because some of acids and alkalis are combined with the earth that may be collide with the cable, so may provide corrosion. So that property is not available in the insulating materials. That means high insulation resistance, high dielectric strength, high mechanical strength, non-hygroscopic, non-inflammable. So these are all the properties of insulating materials. Now go for so many insulating materials are available in the market. So out of them, so mainly we are utilizing rubber, then vulcanized India rubber, VIC, VAR, vulcanized India rubber, impregnated paper, varnished cambric, and polyvinyl chloride, PVC. So the general usage of general utilized for insulating materials are rubber, vulcanized rubber, varnished cambric, impregnated paper, and PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Right? Now we have discussed about each one. First one, go for the rubber. Rubber may be obtained from milky sap of tropical trees or from oil products. That means So rubber may be obtained from the milky sap of tropical trees, or it may be produced from oil products. It has a dielectric strength of 30 kV per millimeter, and relative permittivity is vary between 2 to 3. They radially absorb the moisture, soft and liable to damage due to rough handling and ages when exposed to light. That means rubber is ready to absorb the moisture and damage the cable due to rough handling. Suppose ages when exposed to light. And maximum safe temperature of a rubber is about very low, that is 38 degrees centigrade. Next one, vulcanized India rubber. Vulcanized India rubber can be obtained from mixing of pure rubber with mineral compounds, that is zinc oxide or red lead and sulfur, and heated up to 100 degrees centigrade, 150 degrees centigrade. Vulcanized rubber is nothing but pure rubber plus some minerals, that is nothing but zinc oxide or red lead. So this vulcanized India rubber having a high mechanical strength, durability, and it is having a wear resistance property. The sulfur reacts quickly with the copper, so tinned copper conductors are used. And vulcanized India rubber very suitable for low and medium voltage cables only. Next one, impregnated paper. This material has suppressed from the rubber, and it consists of chemically pulped paper impregnated with naphthenic and paraffinic materials. It has a very low cost and low capacitance, high dielectric strength, high insulation resistance. The only disadvantage of impregnated paper is the paper is hygroscopic. Generally, the material, insulating material having main property is hygroscopic. That means it does not absorb any moisture from the atmosphere. But the impregnated paper is hygroscopic. That means it will absorb moisture from the atmosphere. For this reason only, the paper insulation is always provided with protecting cover. Another one is varnished cambric. This is a simply cotton cloth. Varnished cambric is nothing but simply cotton cloth that may be impregnated and coated with varnish. A cotton cloth coated with varnish is nothing but varnish cambric. As the varnish cambric is also hygroscopic, so needs some protection. And its dielectric strength is about 4 kV per millimeter, and permittivity is 2.5 to 3.8. Last one is polyvinyl chloride, that is PVC. So this PVC having a good dielectric strength, high insulation resistance, and high melting temperature. So because of these qualities, it may be utilized very high. That the usage of this type of insulating material is very high. So these have not so good mechanical properties as those of rubber. So it is inert to oxygen and almost inert to many alkyls and acids. So next one is XLPE cables, that is cross-linked polyethane. So this material has a temperature range beyond 250 degrees to 300 degrees centigrade. This material gives good insulating properties. XLPE cables, that is cross-linked polyethylene, is having good insulating properties. And this XLPE is a very light in weight and small diameter, and it is having low dielectric constant, high mechanical strength, low water absorption. These cables permit conductor temperature to 90 degrees centigrade to 250 degrees centigrade under normal and short circuit conditions. These cables are very suitable up to voltages of 33 kV only. Thank you. This is about today class, that is what is cable, what are the features of cable, and then what is concept of construction of cable, then properties of insulating materials and some insulating materials description. So out of this class, important question is explain the insulating material. You can write the properties and also you can write the all these insulating material, that is rubber, vulcanized India rubber, impregnated paper, polyvinyl chloride, varnish cambric. All this will be having insulating materials. Thank you one and all. The next class we discuss about the types of cables. So classification of cables. To see this video, please subscribe the DBS talks. Thank you one and all.